This is Howard Walensky for Skype. I'm talking with Dean Mantz, the networking coordinator at Sterling, Kansas High School. So how's it going this morning?
Going well, and for you, Howard?
Oh, great. So
Good.
what's the story about you and Bob Dole? Are you old buddies or what?
No, it's just that Kansas tie. I wouldn't call us buddies. Brian Richter, the American history government teacher, had wanted to be able to get the kids to be able to talk to some kids, let them experience, use of technology and letting them step outside the walls. And instead of just using the phone, he wanted to take advantage of, some kind of video conferencing stuff. So he had contacted Bob Dole's office, and they said, yeah, sure, we could teleconference. And he had said, or Bob Dole's office had said, well, this is what we typically use. And Brian goes, well, can we use Skype? And they weren't familiar with Skype, so their IT person contacted me, and I said, well, yeah, just go to skype.com, download, create yourself an account, have your webcam, with a built-in mic if you want, set up, and we'll start going. And their IT guy did it, and about 30 minutes later calls back and says, oh, this was really easy. So that was how it kind of came about as far as using Skype. It was the first time for their office, first time for Bob Dole, and it went really well because Bob Dole would joke around a little bit in the video about how he could actually see who he was talking to and if anybody was getting up and leaving the room.
Did he comment when people left the room?
Oh, we had a local newspaper reporter was in the back of the room kind of taking notes and some pictures, and he walked from one side of the room to the other, and Bob Dole goes, oh yeah, there goes one right now, and he wasn't actually leaving. It was just the newspaper reporter changing sides of the rooms to take a picture.
Just a little bit of that Dole humor, huh?
Exactly.
So, but you're not exactly a newcomer to Skype yourself. You've been using it in other projects, even in other school districts.
That's correct. I've in a previous school district, we used it with the high school counselor and an organization to interview students for college scholarships. They had originally were wanting to charge school districts bukus of money to try to set up their own virtual conferencing or video conferencing, and she contacted me, and I got back with that company and said, why don't you just use Skype? And that's all they use from now to conduct interviews for scholarships with high school students. We've had Skype calls with people from Australia, Pennsylvania, just to let them be able to, the kids to see or hear from people outside, just the state of Kansas. So we've done a lot of that. We've had teachers use Skype to be at home when they were home themselves sick or with a child that was sick. They would Skype into the classroom and teach class virtually through Skype. We've done several things like that. We've some friends at the Kansas Cosmos Fair have used it, and that's how they get into the classrooms. And schools are so tight budget-wise, they will do a video Skype with students in other classrooms and be able to give you presentations and information on what's going on.
Now, Brian says you may do a future project where you have almost like a student government or a simulation between a couple schools
Right.
on Skype. So that may be in the future. Huh?
Yeah, that's kind of the big plan for the fall is to be able to use Skype where the kids could actually do an actual proposed bills as if they were doing their own legislative process. And with those schools, they could actually debate back and forth between those and be able to see each other, talk to each other, share the files, or actually have the files already exchanged. So a lot of things like that. But yeah, that's a plan for this fall.
Gotcha. Well, I'll tell you, Dean, I really appreciate your help, and let's talk again, and maybe in the fall we'll be sharing some news about the student government.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Thanks, Dean. Bye now.
Bye.